Hey Bill, it's Kendall. Hope everything's going well. Um, Today I've got three kind of stories mashed into one. And these stories are about my trip to China with the Bellevue College Jazz Band when I was in high school. Um, it's gonna be a pretty irreverent video. Um, so I'll just start off with the first of the three stories that I remember. Our band got to travel to the Great Wall of China. I think I was 18 at the time. I think, yeah, 18. It was like 9 years ago. And we went to the Great Wall of China, and when we got there, it was, probably a bunch of really important historical information being given to me, and I didn't care because I was like, ooh, big brick wall, long, fun walk with like older kids, and I was like one of the younger guys in the band, so it was really fun to be around like professional musicians and just kind of not be supervised by my parents. And I was there with my friend Dan. I'm gonna leave his last name out of this, but he and I decided to take the more difficult of the two paths. There was two ways you could go as a tourist, and I think to the right was the easier path, and to the left was the more difficult, steeper, less safe one, whatever. But apparently, left one, you get to see cooler stuff. So Dan and I did that, and I don't remember exactly like how long it took us or how difficult it was, but I do remember, at least I kind of think now, that some parts of it were steeper than any normal walkway you'd run into. Um, so Dan and I went up that path, and me being me and saying stupid stuff and going for shock value, trying to get a laugh out of people. There was some rubble on the wall, and I said to Dan, like, "Hey man, bet I could hump the Great Wall of China and break it." God. So I did. There was a piece of loose rubble, walked up, humped it. It fell off. Terrible. And on top of that, I thought it would be funny to take it home, so I did. And instead of doing like what any sane person would do, any sane person that would desecrate the Great Wall of China and like keeping the rock or returning it, mailing it back, or feeling some sort of remorse, I thought it would be really funny if I threw it in the creek down the hill from my parents' house. So I did. Yeah. Quick tidbit: there was another wall in China somewhere, not the Great Wall, but a friend and I rode a tandem bike on top of it. So that was like a magical Disney moment. That's pretty funny. Just the thought of two people riding a tandem bike in China on top of a piece of history. I really shouldn't have been allowed to go there in the first place. The second story is I was in the hotel bathroom, and I was looking at like the spa menu they have, and I like to get massages. So I saw a Chinese massage, not knowing what that meant. So I should have like caught on to the many super weird cues that were thrown my way. Um, so I go in the embassy. I go from my room down to like the athletic center, and I say, hey, I want a massage. And they're like looking at each other, like, is he serious? Does he know what he's asking for? I didn't. So I went and got a massage, and at one point, the not a prostitute tried to solicit me, and which case I panicked and left the room in my underwear. So that's story number two, which I just think is kind of funny. And then the third one has to do with my friend Caleb. Um, Caleb is like really into archetypal warriors and such. So, pretty much any hero of any story involving combat. So, like Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, or pretty much anyone from Lord of the Rings that's stabbed something. And at one point, I got him a sword to take home, and it went kind of like this. I was in the market, a flea market in China, and I was haggling for the item, and this lady was giving me this whole fake like tourist treatment where she was crying and saying things. I know how horrible I sound, but she was crying and saying, "If I sell this to you, I'm not going to make money. I can't sell this to you." And I basically just said, then don't." But I haggled her down to what I think was like $6. And she kept saying it was an ancient artifact and it was mahogany wood. The same friend Dan from the Great Wall earlier, he pointed out to me after I had gotten her to sell me the sword for like almost no money. he said that's stained oak and that's laser etching. So that was good to know that I didn't waste a bunch of money on some fake tears. On that same trip, the whole band pitched in to get our 81, 82-year-old band director, Hal, cane that was actually a hidden sword. And I don't have it, but there's a good picture of him like opening it up and being surprised when he realized what it was. So, we tried to leave the country with those, and Hal was, his cane sword was taken away. And instead of learning from that, I did something very stupid, and they scanned my bag at security, and they brought me into a little bomb room where they look through your bag for bombs. And this lady says to me, "I need you to take the long metal object out of your bag." Any normal person would have taken the sword and surrendered it. But me, being the quick-thinking jackass I am, presented my music stand instead. And that worked. So I got to smuggle my $2-3 sword home, whatever it was, and give it to Caleb. And I don't know, I guess I'm just really proud that that worked, even though it's, one of the more stupid things I've ever done. Anyway, I hope some of this was fun for you. It was fun for me. Love you, Bill. Have a good one.